Well, Trump triggered a reversal trade yesterday by saying that the trade talks are going well 1 day after he said that he's thinking of pushing them after the 2020 election, the negotiations. Things are getting a bit more volatile, right, around the markets. We had a full reversal in some pairs, in minor in some others, some recovery. Pound is the one that is actually making the difference, right? And that is because, of course, the Johnson's government is looking more likely to win the election next week. And while, of course, we're expecting a weaker dollar, I would just say, a weaker, euro compared to the pound, I thought that I just go back on the euro pound here, because the current market structure and the latest move yesterday is actually changing the whole pattern, right? Now, just to remind you, a few weeks ago when we saw this, I was looking at this at 10345, and I was seeing this as a correction down here, right, which ended that level. And then I was looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to move to higher highs. Obviously, now we have created a fresh low, so that is not the case any longer. One could say, why not 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then move down? And you could be indeed right. But I like to see this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this a correction, a complex correction, which is actually looks like a flat to me, right? An expanded flat, if you may, because we've had a retracement, okay, above the 100%, which is over here. So I'd like to consider this as a small false break, that with this part not belonging to the impulsive move, but to the corrective. Okay, so not being motive wave pretty much, because it doesn't really look like one, to be honest, as well. So with that being said, we can expect prices to go anywhere between the 123 and 161 extension, right, which is this area. This means, because we are in a 3, 3, 5, 3, 3, and 5, right? This means that we're going to expect the last move to the downside, the impulsive move for wave W, for wave Y, sorry, which is also primary 1, okay, because we have primary 2, because primary 1 is here. So we have 1, 2, and go up. So we're expecting the last move now to come into life, right? Now, we've got this leading move to the downside, 2, then it's probably the case that we have a 3 over here, 4, and then 5, okay? We really want to take out wave 4, because this is the wave 4, right, over here. This is its low. So we really want to take out that level. So the 0.83 is most likely to, to come into play. Now, you may say that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I am a bit more cautious with this, because since we have a longer wave 1 than 3, we wouldn't want wave 5 to cross below a level that is bigger than wave 3, right? Which means we're not really looking for that to move much lower. So it will go above wave 4. And that's why I'm not really, fan of that scenario. I'm expecting that to actually be the case over here, okay? With waves 3 here, 4 and 5 down there. And that is going to complete the correction. And then we should be looking for prices to move up. We also have the 50 and 61 Fibonacci retracement here of these full impulsive move, right? So this area over here is very, very critical with what's happening, with what is going to happen potentially with the euro pound, okay? The other pair I want to look for the day is risk versus safe haven, okay? Because this one is actually moving exactly as we expected. I'm not seeing, let me just go down on the 4 hours, to be honest. I'm not seeing that, I see this actually as a very good opportunity, because it continues turning as we expected, okay? We're expecting that to be wave 1, then 2, and 3, then 4, and 5 to move lower, right? Now, at the moment, at the moment we are correcting, okay? And I will explain why. Because we've had the first move down here, right? One, okay, and then two. And now we see intermediate wave one. We're expecting two to complete, then three, four, and five. And of course, the fifth is going to be primary wave three to the downside, okay? Now, since we ended that, okay, since this looks like quite an impulsive move with a very nice ending triangle here, diagonal, right? We've called this wave A. We are having a wave B and then a C, okay? Wave C could end anywhere between the 61, actually a little bit above, I'll be honest, above the 61 retracement, which is from there to down there, okay? This is a Fibonacci retracement. Now the question is, what wave C are we going to see? Well, it could be a diagonal, it could be any other pattern, a 5 or even a 3. That will make it a W, X, and Y, of course. But I'm not yet confident that wave B is done, because I still see this as A, B, and C, okay? Which means I'm expecting prices to move a little bit lower, okay? But not below the 72 level, okay? To complete minor B and then move up to complete wave C, okay? That could turn like a zigzag because the first move is quite impulsive despite the deep correction we've had for wave 4, okay? And I'm expecting this, okay, also to, of course, be a very critical level to indeed see whether we are going to see prices moving above the 78.33 or not, okay? Because this is a 100 Fibonacci extension of wave A and B. The B, the potential B, right? Not the existing B. So in case that happens, then we are looking for this, of course, being in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which changes our view, which pretty much reverses our view from a correction to an impulsive move to the upside, okay? But of course, until then, there is a lot of time. In the medium term, I see these short term. I see this level start creating some shorts, okay, for another correction to wave B, or even a continuation to the downside, if you may, if this is considered to be a W, X, and Y